There's far more to the team time trial than simply going fast, although of course that is quite important. Now we're here at the Vuelta a España with Team Sky to take a look at exactly what goes into the planning and preparation of this fascinating and spectacular discipline. I'm here with Simon Jones, Head of Innovation at Team Sky. Simon, how do you go about getting the most from a team in a team time trial?
Okay, there's probably two really important things: pacing, and to get the pacing in the team time trial, you have to manage the resources, and that really comes down to the individual strengths of the riders. So you get stronger riders, you get better time trialists, you get people that are better at team time trial, and that's really the biggest challenge: is how you, in each section of the course, how you kind of maximise that and optimise that, so the team goes as smoothly as possible, but they're also at the limit. So it's a real balance of maximum effort, but with control. And when you throw in a few hills, descents and corners, you really have to then think quite carefully about the rider's sort of individual strengths.
Now Ian, the team time trial is a really unique discipline, isn't it? But from a rider's perspective, how challenging is it?
Yeah, well, I actually think that team time trial is probably the most beautiful event in cycling. Growing up in the US, we didn't really have many team time trials, where a lot of the British riders here, Pete Ken has been part of team pursuits and team time trials for a long time. So I've come to enjoy them, but they're definitely difficult, and they're a stressful day, especially tomorrow being the first stage of the race. Everyone's fresh, everyone's ready. It's a stressful event, especially in a Grand Tour as well, when you have 9 riders. The 9th guy is a long way back in the line.
I'm here in the Team Sky mechanics truck with mechanic Gary Bland. Now Gary, we're a couple of days now ahead of the team time trial. Lots of work for the mechanics, but specifically the team time trial does pose a few challenges in relation, I guess, to gearing, etc.
Yes, correct. We're still trying to decide the correct gear ratio for this race. The TT starts with a really tough climb from the beginning, so the guys will have to be in a small ring from the start, which is sort of abnormal for a team time trial, and then shift to the big ring. There's a lot of fast sectors on the circuit, so it's basically a decision between using a 56 outer chain ring or a 58. It might also be that certain riders, their job will finish at the end of those fast sectors, so maybe they'll be on 58s.
Now I've just been speaking to Pete Kenyak just behind me. Now the team today are going to ride the course again. This is about the 4th time they've already ridden it. No real hard efforts, as we see BMC just riding by up this short drag. It's more getting to know the course, because when they're doing hard efforts, they sometimes lose concentration in relation to what's going on around them. So this particular recon is all about getting to know the course. From the start, we see most teams have a particular order of riders. Have you got in your mind now what the order is going to be, and will that change throughout the race?
We have the order already, yes, and but as you say, it can change a lot. It always does in team time trialing.
I'm intrigued by the team time trial. It's fascinating to watch, but for you, what is the most difficult part, do you think, of a team time trial?
I think for me personally, it's a tough one, to be honest. Every rider has their strengths and weaknesses, and I think probably the hardest part is just getting the most out of the whole team and making sure that everyone crosses the line absolutely spent and giving it their all. Obviously, it depends. Every team time trial is different. It's different to the team pursuit on the track, where it's 4K every time and you know exactly what you're going into. Obviously this is a longer team time trial, so you've got to hold back more on the start and be more conservative and sort of pace your effort. The team time trial we did in Burgos was very technical and only 10 kilometres, so for instance in that team time trial we used one guy just for the first kilometre to give it everything and then peel off, because then by the time we got over the top of the climb we only had 8k, 7k left. So obviously different tactics can be used in different ways like that as well.
What's the most challenging aspect of a team time trial? Because there aren't many team time trials throughout the year. There's not many opportunities for you to practice. So arriving at the Vuelta or the Tour de France a few days before, this is really the only time you have to work as a unit, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's always a challenge because there are always different lineups. So it's very, very rare that you can have the same riders doing more than one time trial together. But like especially this year with the Olympics also in the way, and some riders just coming back 3 or 4 days ago, it has been impossible to do specific practice runs before. So I think usually we sort of do one session, sort of look where the main bigger mistakes are, try to correct those, and then sort of give specific goals for the race.
What's your worst experience of a team time trial from memory from yourself?
Oof. I had a pretty bad experience this morning, to be honest.
Oh right, okay, on the recon.
We were doing a few efforts, and my wheel had gone a bit stiff, my back wheel, and was rubbing against the frame, and I almost got spat out the back by my teammates who couldn't figure out what was going on. But yeah, I mean, team time trials are like that though. If you're having a bad day, you know about it pretty quickly.
So there you have it, a glimpse behind the scenes of what it takes to plan and prepare for a team time trial. Now for some more Team Sky content, how about clicking just up here where we went behind the scenes at their training camp in Mallorca. And for our team time trial Vuelta preview, click just down here. And to subscribe to GCN as ever, click on the globe. And don't forget to share and like this video too.